everyone, it is Robin, Why Not I, and it has been quite some time since I last did a listening party. Wow, this feels weird. How do we do this format? I don't remember or know. Anyways, we are here to check out ATEEZ Zero Fever Part 3. I'm actually like glad. I know that sounds blasphemous to say, but I am glad that this is a mini album because honestly, the way that they were acting in this title track, I don't know if I would have liked a full album. I would have been scared. I know that we're probably gonna get that next time because that's usually the way they do things, so let the fear happen at a different time. I'm gonna be honest, I recorded a couple other videos after I recorded the initial reaction to Deja Vu, and I still feel like I got kicked in the face twice by my biases. That's how I feel right now. I mean, I legitimately feel like that right now. I feel dazed, confused, a little hurt that they would come for me so hard, but ready to get into this album. Anyways, I was gonna say something else and now I completely forgot what I was going to say. I guess if you haven't seen my other, oh, I remember, but let me get to this point first. If you haven't seen my other listening parties to ATEEZ or my other listening parties in general, I will list my playlist for ATEEZ reactions over there, and also my playlist for the listening parties, and I'll just link the last one or whatever. They're all there. Check them out if you haven't. They're my listening parties for ATEEZ. I'm not gonna toot my own horn, but they're usually pretty good because why? ATEEZ makes great music that really makes me react a lot. I think I've actually either ran out of the room or like got up and started dancing, and I think both of those things might have happened in a listening party before. So just saying. But anyways, I see with my eyes, speaking of getting up and dancing, I see with my eyes, I pulled up the album here. They have a song called Rocky. That's interesting because they also have a song called Win, in which the lyrics go Rocky, Rocky, Rocky. I'm scared. We know that they do part twos to songs, like how they did, what was the song before it? I know they did like Precious, but like there was a song that contained Precious previously, and listen, I'm feeling like that's gonna be a lot, so I'm scared of that one, but let's go ahead and hop into Eternal Sunshine and get this listening party kicked off. If you are new here and you don't know how to do listening parties, I clearly talked too much of the intro. Whoops. But I pull up a lyric video just to get a gist of the lyrics as we listen, since I like to know what the song is about, since I usually don't hear it that way ever again. Like I just listen to the song and I don't think about the lyrics after, but it's nice to have an idea of what they're talking about. I know lyric videos can often be incorrect and have incorrect information and inaccuracies and etc, but just to get a gist. So let's go ahead and start our listening party into Zero Fever Part 3 with Eternal Sunshine. All right, I just cut this out, so it's gonna feel a little awkward for you because I completely forgot to record my screen for a second, which would have been bad. But I started the song and I heard like just song was first line, but as I was waiting for it to start, I kept thinking about, wow, Sungha really is my bias these days. Like, really? And then he immediately started saying, I'm like, there's something happening here, I'm scared. There comes a time in every fan's life, every K-pop stand's life, where you think you know who your biases are, and then you don't know who your biases are because it changes and someone else becomes your bias and you don't know what to do about it, and that's how I feel right now. So anyways, Jungkook looks like a kid amazed by the world in this picture. Why does he have to do this to me? I don't need any more biases in this group. It's a lot. Fix on. Whoa, singing Mingy. Oh my gosh. Ooh. There's so many like callbacks to the other songs in this.
나를 생각해줘 all day 두 따라 불러봐 이 노래 three 우리 모두 순간에 다 건배 okay cheese oh yeah Peter Pan은 점은 그리고 Mobius
Oh, Mobius belt, Peter Pan, dang.
스쳐가는 시간 속 너와 내가 만들어갈 끝나지 않을 축제 어둠마저 잠든 밤 영원한 태양을 띄워
Now is that louder? Ooh. Wait, sorry, this is reminding me of something. Oh, you got the feeling. Oh, it reminds me of DNCE by, what? Yeah, I was about to say DNCE by Cake. Hello, Brain? Cake's a complete group entirely. It reminds me of DNCE by DNCE. Anyways. Oh, their happy songs are always so good. Alright, so that was Eternal Sunshine, which I think they're doing a music video too soon. So I'll look forward to seeing that as well. I love I love their bright concepts as much as I love like anything that they do. I was gonna compare it to something else, I'm like, but I love everything that they do. But it's just such a nice contrast. Like, for example, like Wonderland in comparison to this, like I love them both, but like I also love when they can do like the exact like opposite. You know, they can do anything. I'm not gonna lie, I'm really like distracted right now. I almost wish I could like, I don't have any time to, but I wish I could like do this a different day because I'm really struggling with the fact that Song was like my bias in this group now. And but like when I say like my bias in this group, I mean like my bias in this group. like Hongjoong, Mingi biases, but like Songbwa has become like my bias in this group, and it's a lot mentally to comprehend. Anyways, I'm trying to go in order. Let me pull it up on my phone, one sec. All right, so next up is Feeling Like I Do, and I don't know what if I had to guess, I'm gonna assume it's gonna be more of like a sort of romantic R&B sort of vibe, like kind of darker, but I don't know. Am I right? I don't trust it. Oh, why are we getting more bass? Hold on, I'm scared. Oh, interesting. I like that kind of background sound. What the hell is this song doing? Wait, what are we doing with this chorus? This song is wild. Ooh. Hold hold on. I know I don't usually pause during these, and I usually save my comments to the end, but like this song is quickly becoming my favorite on this album. It is so interesting and cool, and it's kind of what I just expected it would be. So it's somehow what I expected and also not at all what I expected, which is like kind of a vibe with ATEEZ, honestly. Oh my god, I love this song. Oh, it's about to end. Oh no. Ooh, that song seems like it would have like wild footwork. Like I would love to see a dance to that. Anyways, that song was great. Like I don't know. There's something about like I'm a real fan of songs that are like a vibe. Like I love when songs kind of like somehow stay at the same kind of like feeling throughout, but like, you know, have different changes and like that. And that song was like exactly that. That was so good. I'm kind of like extra excited that I kind of guessed what kind of vibe it would be too. It was definitely like more experimental than like R&B, but it had some R&B elements in it. Anyways, next is Deja Vu. Great, I got to hear this song again. All right. And that was actual excitement, by the way. Couldn't freaking focus because of reasons. I'm looking over there. Alright, here, for this reason. These pictures changed and it's distracting me. What business does San's jaw have to be that cut? I mean, honestly, what business? Why? For what reason? Okay, sorry, I'm hearing like a weird noise. Anyways. Ooh. This man really has the gall to say, oh, please stop looking at me like that while he's looking at me like that and sounding like this on this song. I mean, if you want to fight Hongjoong, tell me time and place. I will be there. I will be there. Anyways. Was this song this calm when in the music video? Like, it feels like a completely different song. I said that when I watched the music video. I was like, I feel like it's going to sound completely different because it was like a lot in the music video. Not to say that it's like a bad thing. I'm just like, I thought it was going like way faster. It still sounds like even it sounds like great. Like I love all the little sounds happening. I have to listen to this part again. Wow. Okay.
저기요 자꾸만 그런 눈빛이면 나는 곤란해요 왜 저기요 내가 본 꿈에서 네 다음 장면은 아마도 배 No way 피할 수 없음 play 맺혀버린 이 순간 넌 이미 gangster 터진 것 같아서 반대 손짓은 더 위험해 슈리럽 빨간 향기가 타올라고 속해 뭐가 있는지 수사할게 ready 바람에 뛰어가 마주에는 우리 race
Stop! Dream within dream. Okay.
내 숨도 내게 닿을까 내 숨이 멎는다 해도 다음 꿈에서라도 find you in my heart 미쳐가 너와 나 지친 순간 멈출 수가 없지만 끝이 없는 갈증을 느껴 너의 곁을 잡으라
Interesting. I didn't catch it the first time, and I actually legitimately forgot with everything that was going on. But they do have a storyline, right? And the storyline, I'm not very good at. Like, I'm usually pretty good at storyline stuff, but theirs has been going over my head because honestly, I get too distracted. But I know that they have like I'm trying to remember, like stuff from like Zero Fever Part 1 was more about that, kind of like being lost in a dream and like searching for someone in a dream. And like waking up and like still trying to find them, like that sort of vibe. So I'm getting that from this song, so that's interesting. I always love songs about like deja vu or like remembering someone, like just with like the songs with the concept of deja vu basically. Even like BTS's like Jama Vu is like Jame Vu? Why did I say Jama? Like oh drama, what the heck? Like I love songs with that kind of like concept. It's very cute. What they did in this video was not cute, however. But anyways, let's go to the next song, which I don't know what it is. Hello. Rocky. Oh, great. We got here. Fantastic. Is this going to be a win part 2? Because I just need to know. That song was a lot the first time I listened to it. The funny thing is, like, I've shown my mom that song as well, and it's like her favorite. She's a big fan of ATEEZ, by the way, just letting you guys know. I've converted my mom into an A-tiny, but she's a big fan of Win, so this is win part 2. She'll be happy. I will be on the floor. So, okay, here we go.
Yes, I'm rocky, feel like I'm rocky. Dance on the floor, feel like I'm rocky. Yes, I'm rocky, feel like I'm rocky.
I'm scared.
긴장감도 battle 도착하다 봄 빛도 아드레날린 최고 라이벌 그딴 건 I don't care man hang on 기지개만 켰고 무대로 hello let's chant
Oh my goodness.
우리 속에 말로 안에 look at me
I don't appreciate them having the young say, we don't need no introduction, like look at me, like we're looking, we've been looking, we never looked away. Anyways. Where are we going? Oh, this is a chorus? What? It's not, well, it's like Win Part 2, but it sounds nothing like Win. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. catching me off guard with that.
Let's start the second round. 총알보다 빨란 내 주먹이 피스톨 수준 위에 놓는 머신건 내가 흘린 땀은 얼어붙은 다른 녹여 호흡 닫아두고 눈을 세게 뜨고 Let me hear your voice 소리 높여 불러줘 나 지금 need your voice 전 세계가 주목해 패기를 쳤내 주먹 갈루 위에 내가 키가 멀어버리겠어 그게 my name 시간은 흐르고
I love that. Okay, I'm getting the vibe now. Okay. Oh, okay. A deep moment. Oh, okay. Oh, that guitar in there. Okay, it took me a minute to like get the vibe of that, because when I tell you I was expecting, because like Precious was very similar to, I cannot remember the original song it's from, like for whatever reason my brain is just not like, it was in Desire? I can't remember. But it had like a lot of similar elements where it was like a more direct like part 2. It was like we took this little bit of the song and made it like into its own thing, right? And it's like in this one they took more like the lyric part of it and made it into its own thing, and I was expecting them to do more of a Precious situation. So once I understood that was not the case, and I got into that, like there was like a sound in there in the background, I can't remember it now, hold on. It was like, yeah, like the kind of like distorted horn in like the very back really kind of set the kind of like sway the song. I don't know, I was listening to it again from start to finish. It does seem like kind of like a repetitive song, but it's still good. I still like it. Just was a little caught off guard by what I was getting into. But I did like it. I like that it's like a lot of their songs, at least in this one, I don't remember catching as much in Zero Fever Part 2, but a lot of their songs in this one are really referencing that like stuck in a dream, like looking for you, when I wake up I still want to find you sort of feeling. Because I said like, even if I think they even said like, even if I fall asleep I still like look for you, or whatever, something like that along those lines. Anyways, I think that's very cool. I think they have 1 or 2 songs left if I'm not mistaken. Let me take a look, see. Yeah, All About You and then Not Too Late. So let's get into All About You. Whoa, why did that remind me of the beginning? I'm sorry to keep like saying this, but I'm just calling out in case you guys feel the same. It reminded me of the beginning of Easy by Camila Cabello. That's so random. If you haven't heard that song, listen to it and tell me you don't hear that. Oh, we're going into like a ballad. Oh my. Ooh, Wigan sounds really good on this song. Whoa, 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 this is too pretty. Sorry. I feel like the chorus is gonna be like send me into like a level of heaven. Like I'm excited for it, but like also there's like, I don't know, kind of flutes. I was gonna say fluty, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like a positive word. It sounds too close to floozy. Let's not do that. The flute sounds are really cool in there. Ooh. Ooh. Woo.
발을 디딘 건 날로 내 자가 용연 아폴로 하이 왔어 저기 토끼들과 인사해 babe 멋지고 사진 찍고 다음 스팟은 어디로 해 너도 나와 같은 생각이라면 우리 비행은 더 수월할 거라고 너도 나와 같은 느낌이라면 아마도 숨도 쉴 수 없어도 우린 닿으려고 했네
Woo.
Everything is all about you Nobody knows, nobody
Oh, this is the chorus? Interesting. Okay. Well, it's like kind of like a pre-chorus chorus. Gotcha.
Everything is all about you. Nobody knows, nobody love you like I do. Nobody knows, nobody love you like I do. Everything is all about you. Everything is all about you. Everything is all about you. 고노란 품속에 안겨서 우리의 행성들을 찾아. 내 맘은 답이 안 된 누구도 이곳에 못 들어와. Hold on to me, yeah. 숨을 쉴 수 있게 말야. I can see you. Everything is all about you.
Hey! Oh my god!
Nobody knows, nobody love you like I do. Everything is all about you. Nobody knows, nobody love you like I do. Nobody knows, nobody love you like I do. Everything is all about you. 너는 내 전부, 너는 내 주. I'm gonna fall, I'll be your proof. 있어줄래, baby, 쭉. 너는 내 물, 너는 내 룰. 너는 내 전부, 너는 내 주. I'm gonna fall, I'll be your proof. Everything is all about you.
That was, excuse me? Too cute to be legal, excuse me. I don't even have anything to say about that. That was amazing and beautiful and pretty, and I will be singing, like, this is the song on the album that I'll be singing constantly. Like, this is the song that's probably gonna get the most listens to be honest, because I'm just gonna like, it's a song like I'm very guilty of having songs that replay for like 3 hours. This is definitely one of those. Especially like the I don't even know, the hook part is so catchy. Anyways, last song is Not Too Late, I believe. So let's get into it. The change in the pictures on this one is scaring me, but let's get into it. Like, if that was a cute outro song, I'm terrified. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, maybe not. I don't know, I don't trust it. They don't do ballad outros. Not my fault. 잘 살아 멀쩡해 나 잘 먹고 잘 살아 걱정하지 말라고 엄마 아빠 나 잘 살아 그래 맞아 행복해 내가 선택한 건 맞아 근데도 가끔 이렇게 허전할 때는 말야 텅 빈 방 모서리에 붙어오기도 해 대상 없는 아무데를 향해 하는 거야 더 괜찮을까 더 괜찮을까 저장 갈듯이 Is anyone out there 들리시나요 내 읊조리는 고독이 들리시나요 Oh please 답을 알려줘요 나 홀로 남아 벗어날 수 없는 이유 Too late, oh not too late 이유가 있을 거라 믿어 It's too late, oh not too late 언젠가 마주할 빛을 찾아 한두 번이면 되잖아 그만 날 꺼내줘요 흔들리고 싶지 않아 이러다 사라지겠어 죽이고 살리고 미치게 알아나게 하지만 미련 없이 버리고 싶으니까요 보이는 거에 신랑 같은 희망에 다시 한번 믿어볼까 하는 환상이 현실 될까봐 그 희망을 못 이겨서 다시 살아가 보려 해 난
Oh not too late 이유가 있을 거라 난 믿어 It's too late too late Oh not too late 언젠가 마주할 빛을 찾아
Ooh, that harmony.
It's not too late 언젠가 마주할 빛을 찾아
Wow. Wow, that was unexpected. I went through a lot listening to that. I was confused, and then I was skeptical, and then I was scared, and then I understood, and then I was kind of sad. And then I was like, wait, this bass is slappy though. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard, oh, I should say ladies and gentlemen, or otherwise identifying. You heard correctly. Slappy is what I say now, and you're just gonna have to deal with it. Let's talk about that last song. It gave me like One Day at a Time vibes, which I listen to that song all the time. That song is so, like, I listen to that song like whenever I'm in a bad mood or having a tough day. I listen to that song. I put that on. I listen to that song all the time. It is so good, and I feel like the song has like a very similar vibe to that. But also, like, again, I love that it's kind of connecting back to the. Why is my earring doing this under here? That's what I get for wearing earrings today. Anyways. The song is kind of connecting back to like the storyline, right? Like, talking about like I want this fantasy to come true, but I'm scared that the fantasy will come. No, what was it? I'm scared the fantasy will come true, and I want to keep living, something like that. And that was like, oof. That was like, oof, we're in the heartstrings. So it's like it's. I love that they kind of do that kind of like dual, like with the storyline, but also like could be interpreted. Excuse me, it could be interpreted in a lot of different ways. Man, the song got me in the feels. I was not expecting that. I was expecting it not to be a regular ballad though. They don't do regular ballads. And like this bass in the song, like that was the thing I was expecting it to change somehow, but I was expecting it to change more, but yeah, I'm glad that it didn't because the route that it went down was nice. And I like that as the outro. It's good. I like that a lot. I like this album a lot. This album's like one of my favorites to date, and I feel like I always say that, but ATEEZ always outdoes themselves. Like, honestly, always outdoes themselves. I will say that's still my favorite song on this is Feeling Like I Do. That song is just a vibe. This song is just a vibe. Second favorite, probably this one, honestly. I don't know, I can't really list them. It's hard. I'm like, I thought about it. I'm like, but what about Deja Vu? What about Eternal Sunshine? What about, what was the other song? Rocky, and what was the other one? There's one more I'm missing. Hold on. What about All About You? Like, I don't know. Do I have a favorite song off this? Feeling Like I Do. The rest of them are all basically equal in second. Anyways, let me know if you guys have any, what your favorite songs are off of this album, and I want some smiley faces in the chat from Minky being back. I'm excited to have him, because we've gone through like the zero fever without him so far, and like having him back, I'm like, ooh, that's what we were missing. We're missing that extra little spice in there. Anyways, I'm gonna wrap it up there before I start actually talking nonsense or start having an actual breakdown about how song was my bias now and how I love him. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like. It's been a while since I did last listen. If I could speak, it's been a while since I did a listening party last, so I know I have some other ones to do that I'm planning to do soon, so hopefully they're just hard to record and take a lot of time, and I don't have that much time, but I had to make time for this one because we have been doing ATEEZ listening parties this entire time, and I'm not about to stop that now. So anyways, yeah, that's it for me. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more. I will see you guys in whatever I do next. I'll probably be reacting to some live stages over on Patreon soon, so that'll be up early for patrons, and then 7 days later available for everyone else so that you all can watch it. But yeah, Patreon's a great way to support me. $2 a month, you could get access to that immediately, so something to think about. Also, Kingdom Legendary War, watching that over there. Great performances, something to think about. Anyways, I'm gonna head out now. I have some things to think about myself. Anyways, I'm gonna go. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, and I will see you in whatever I do next. See you then.